guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, the Ask SSM video series, I'm going to do an update to an extremely popular video I did 2 weeks ago, which was titled, My Daughter's OnlyFans Got Leaked and Her Life is Imploding. And guys, that video, let me tell you, the amount of comments that you guys had was phenomenal. That goes in the top 5 videos in terms of comments I've ever done. I just looked now, 1,400 comments from dudes all over the world trying to help the guy that wrote in about the situation with his daughter. And as a quick recap, or as quick as I can make it because it was quite the story, this is about the guy, the father and grandfather, I believe is in his late 50s. And long story short, he found out that his daughter, who is a teacher and mother of 3 children, she had an OnlyFans account that she was hiding from her husband. And it got leaked and spread around her where she works as a high school teacher. And she's on suspension. It's caused a ripple effect of damage like you wouldn't believe with her husband, who kicked her out, her 3 children, who are now being picked on and bullied because of her mom being a OnlyFans star, so to speak, the parents, it's a giant freaking mess. And this guy was already a subscriber, and imagine his surprise when he found this out and hearing about the stuff I cover in stories happening in his own family. It's a mess. And he was writing in for advice on what to do because it's just been a big giant mess. But the thing is, in this story, guys, his daughter is probably one of the biggest narcissistic a-holes I've ever covered in any of my stories. And I told him this. And sadly, he knows this, as you're about to see. She won't accept any blame for her actions. She's a complete and total effeminist, as you all recall. Her whole life, she was that child, that kid who pretty much, I know better, don't tell me how to live my life, that type of thing. Was already divorced once because she was cheating on her husband. I believe the kids are a result of affairs. And then she married her current husband, who sounds like foolish, but a very good man, who married her after or got engaged to her after a month of dating, something absurd like that, adopted the kids, and now after this whole thing has happened, he's kicked her out, and they don't know what's going on. And also when this story ended, guys, the guy was asking my advice because he's now fighting with his wife, because the wife wants him to persuade the guy to go back to her for the sake of the grandkids. And I told this guy, no way. No way should you convince this good man to go back to her lying, cheating, narcissistic self. So it was a big mess there, and this guy was on the fence on how to handle the situation with his wife, with the grandkids, with the daughter. I also told him that if it was me, I'd disown her. She's a complete piece of garbage. She's wreaked havoc on the whole family. No remorse whatsoever. And you guys went to town commenting about her, but also offering this good man here some advice to help him out. Now, this is an update as to what's been going on since. So responses to questions a lot of you guys had in the comment section is quite good, because I knew there'd be an update, because there was no way that was going to be just one video with what was going on here. And if you had disdain for his daughter before, you're really going to have even more disdain for her now. So it continues on. He says, hello SSM. I'm very thankful for sharing my story in your channel. I have an update with some good news and some bad news as well. I was very surprised to see that over 20,000 people watched my story and gave me some insights on what I should do and how they would react in this situation. Well, I just looked right now, just moments before publishing this video, and presently the video has 87,000 views and over 1,400 comments. So you guys have been great helping this guy out, and I ask you again for your comments to help this dude out with these updates here. He says here, I am also very thankful for your opinions on the matter. I do believe what I was doing was right, but it's different when family is involved, and it made me question everything that I stood for. You and your community made me strengthen my resolve, and for that I'm truly grateful. You're welcome, brother. I know you need help. You are in a very tough situation, and I feel bad for you. I really do. But you're doing the best you can, and we're all there for you. He says here, also, I saw some comments pointing out some mistakes in my email, such as being on Earth for more than a decade, when I should have used century instead. Again, I'm not a native English speaker, so forgive my grammatical errors at times. Anyway, this past week, I've resolved the issue with my wife, her and Sally, the younger daughter, and Sally's husband, Mike. They're all on my side. We had a chat with Dean, and he's already started the separation proceedings. So this guy, if you recall, had 2 daughters. The a-hole daughter, called Amber, with an appropriate name, and Sally. Sally's essentially the good child, and Amber's the hellion. And Dean is the dude that married Amber after like 1 month or something crazy like that. Anyway, he says, I will also describe some of the more tamer things in her OnlyFans gallery, just so you and your viewers have an idea of what she posts. Before I get into details, let me clear up some questions from the comment section as is the norm for all your update videos for your channel. Okay, number 1. He says, no, I will not give my daughter's OnlyFans account away. I do not have the heart to view the actual account, though Sally has given me explicit details on some of the content there. Whenever I think about having such a thing, I get frustrated. Yeah, some guys are commenting saying, wink, 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 nod, nod. What's her account on OnlyFans just for research purposes? Of course, he's not going to reveal it. But nobody's surprised that you smartasses were asking for the account. Number 2, I raised both my daughters to be religious and conservative. Sally turned out just fine, but Amber, the older daughter, started to change right around her college days. She went to the UK for college. Oh boy. Yeah, she found the F-ness in college. Number 3, Dean and Amber got engaged after 2 weeks of dating. Then they had a small wedding ceremony on their first month anniversary. Smack to Dean again for 2 weeks. Oh my God. Dean, from everything you described in your story and here, is a good man. But Dean was extremely foolish and boneheaded to rush into something like that. Not to mention the fact that she had three kids. No offense to your grandkids, but I think you understand my point here. Nobody should rush into a marriage like that to anyone. Hell, you shouldn't even get into a serious commitment where you're in an exclusive relationship, in my opinion, for at least 6 months to a year. But propose after 2 weeks? But she was a single MOM looking for a provider. Let's be honest here. But Dean has redeemed himself by kicking her ass out. They had the paperwork and everything signed and approved pretty quickly since Amber had connections. Honestly, I did think they moved a little tad too fast, but Dean and her really seemed excited back then, so I didn't think much about it. Number 4, Amber was staying with Sally at first, but then she moved out to stay with a friend's place. Both Sally and Mike had expressed how toxic Amber was in their household and asked her to move out. It wasn't a nice stay, and Sally's children, my grandkids from her side, were somehow dragged into the drama. Amber kept picking fights with Sally due to her differing views and would call her out in front of her own children. Of course she did, because she's, as I said before, an asshole. A narcissistic a-hole. It's not my fault. Oh, no, everybody else is to blame for the ripple effect of everything that she's done. Now, I titled this, Her Life is Imploding. It's more like everybody else's life is imploding because of her actions. She's a guest in this guy's other daughter's household because her husband kicked her out, and rightfully so. And she's starting drama and turmoil in their house. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. And bringing up the kids involved? She's a piece of shit. Number 5. Now we're really getting somewhere. Amber teaches senior high school, and one of her students found her OnlyFans and leaked it. She teaches sociology and is a department head until she was suspended. Oh my God. What a sociology. And she's the head of the department, and she teaches high school. She's doing OnlyFans, and she's in high school. Don't you think some of these high school kids nowadays are going to get OnlyFans accounts? And even if I have no idea how OnlyFans works. I don't know how their screening process to make sure you're above the age of 18. But last time I checked, your senior year in high school, kids are turning 18. Therefore, they could, if they want to, because I don't know the screening process and how OnlyFans works, because I don't go on OnlyFans, I just know of it. They could potentially find her material. They'll be like, oh my God, that looks like Mrs. Such and Such on there. And the last one, number 6. Lastly, according to Sally, Amber started her OnlyFans to close the, wait for it, gender pay gap between herself and Dean. Apparently, Amber was always competitive when it came to her previous boyfriend's salaries and always wanted to earn more or at least the same amount as them. A stereotypical feminist. Dean had gotten a promotion recently, and maybe the gap was too big, and that's why she opened an OnlyFans. This was Amber's reason for starting her OnlyFans, but Sally and I do not believe she's telling the whole truth. Dean is a software engineer. Given her track record, there is no way she's telling the whole truth. And newsflash, the last time I checked, unless I'm mistaken here, software engineers, particularly depending on who they work for and all that, especially if they work for a large public corporation, are going to do pretty damn well. So you want to compare a high school teacher's salary, and even the better school districts, compared to a software engineer, it's like apples and oranges. Okay? So, of course he's going to make way more. That's probably why she got together with him, because of his income. But I don't buy this to balance out the gender pay gap. And you're having two different careers, I might add. And if you want to even call, teaching is a career, and I respect that. But they're not going to make the same amount as software engineers for somebody working for Microsoft or fucking Amazon or Google or whatever, or Salesforce. It's not going to happen. My opinion is she did this because the attention and validation, because I believe she's in her very early 30s and she needs to know that she still has it, and BS'd herself into believing it's an empowering thing being on there, but not at all considering the fact that she was cheating on her husband because she was with another dude. He didn't know about this. The impact it could have on the kids. She didn't care. That's the biggest theme out here. She does not care who she hurts. And she's still... My voice is cracking. It sounds like I'm 13 years old hitting puberty. She still doesn't care who hurts. He goes on. Those are the answers I'm willing to give, as I want to stay as anonymous as possible. So now we'll get on to what has been happening in the past week. Mike had found your video, even though I tried to keep most of my details vague. Mike connected the pieces and immediately rang me to confirm if I'd sent you the email. It really is a small world, because he is also a subscriber. Holy crap. So you had no idea that your son-in-law was also a subscriber to my channel. Holy shit. That is a small world. Well, welcome, Mike. I thought that I might have made things worse by sharing my story with you, but fortunately Mike sided with me on the matter. He and I talked for hours, and it felt good to talk to someone who shared the same ideas as me. That's great. That's what we're here for. To my surprise, Sally had convinced my wife that she is in the wrong. Sally had a long conversation with her mother and made my wife realize that she was supporting an abuser/cheater, and it made her no different if she kept supporting her. Good. High five to your daughter for convincing her mother. And I'm willing to bet you the reason this dude's wife and the mother of this a-hole child did this is because she was probably so worked up about the situation with the grandkids. Because remember, the grandkids really began a hard time at school. I visited Sally's house the following day after I sent my email to you and made up with my wife. She assured me that she would never condone cheating or cheat herself, but she gave me her reasons for saying what she said. My granddaughter had been in constant communication with her, and she had apparently been crying almost every night due to her fractured family dynamic. So that influenced the grandmother here, this guy's wife, and why they were obviously disagreeing, and she stormed out of the house. But she needs to support you, and you are in the right. And I'm glad you stuck to your guns, because I told you, do not back down. You are in the right by not trying to get Dean to go back to your a-hole daughter. You were in the right. You stood your ground, so good. And I feel bad for your granddaughter and all the grandkids. This is terrible. These poor kids. They did nothing. And now their whole freaking child is being screwed up because their asshole mother. My wife is heartbroken over how depressed our grandchildren are. The two older siblings have not gone to school in over a week now, and my granddaughter is getting bullied online. Dean has also not been responsive at all. He gives them money, but does not talk to them or even look in their direction. Amber has contacted them, but is only to say that Dean is ruining our family and won't go near the house until Dean is issued her a public apology. Dean is ruining the family. She was having a secret OnlyFans account, effing and doing all sorts of other things with some dude behind his back, and he's ruining the family? Again, total narcissist. This is why I said disown the bitch. Look what she's doing to the kids. The kids aren't going to school. These kids are going to need therapy for a long time, amongst many other things. She is an unfit mother. Should not be raising kids at all. She certainly should not be a teacher. I would, like I said in the other video, I'd do everything. If I was a parent and found this out, I would do everything in my power to make sure she lost her job and never taught again. It's a fucking disgrace. Behaving like a freaking teenager, influencing kids. Sally then gave me more details about the situation. No one knows who leaked her OnlyFans. It was done anonymously and shared via private group chat. For those wondering what the incriminating image that ruined Amber's marriage was, it is a picture of her holding someone's you-know-what, definitely not Dean's, while she was covered in a white substance. Amber swears that it was just a staged photo, and the white substance is nothing more than thick lotion, but it sounds like horse crap, in my opinion. I'm telling you now, it ain't lotion. It sickens me on how disgusting she's willing to be, degraded for approximately $6 American a month. That's how much her OnlyFans costs. Well, it's not about what it costs to have her OnlyFans membership. It's about what she's going to make in terms of followers and people that pay her to do specific things. Because this guy didn't mention anything about what kind of money she's making from this. She argues that it is empowering, but look at where we are now. Of course she argues that it's empowering. Her children are being shamed, her husband is broken shell of himself, and her actual career is in jeopardy. How the hell is this empowering? Exactly. As for the man who she's taking the pictures with, it is obvious she is sleeping with him. There is a video of them doing the deed while wearing the school uniform. I hope and pray that uniform does not belong to my granddaughter. I do not know the details, but Sally tells me it's graphic video. I just want to reiterate that these are the more tamer content, and there are wilder videos / pictures in her content library. I know it was hard for me to accept before, but after hearing more from Sally and Mike, I do believe that Amber is an unfit mother now. Yes, that's what I said multiple times for the previous video, and I'm sure dudes all over the freaking world said the same thing. Your daughter, I can't imagine, and I know how what he's writing here is going to end. I can't imagine I'm not a lawyer, but I can't imagine any family court, any family judge who would think it was a good idea, this mother who now's career is in jeopardy because of what she did and doing this, and amongst many other things, and the impact it's having on the kids, would think that she should be raising those kids. I can't see it any possible way. Now, crazier things have happened. Those poor kids. What a piece of garbage. Empowering my ass. My wife's reaction was not a good one. She started weeping and told us that she failed as a mother, how we should have never have let her go to another country for college, and we should have stepped up when she started with this leftist Westerner horse crap. It took us a couple hours to get our bearings straight, and we decided to take in Amber's kids while this whole mess was going on. I told her this was an extremely difficult time, but we can work through it and hopefully come out stronger. Good. Good for you. You are being strong for the family. You're the man, you're the patriarch, you're the leader, and I know you're going through hell inside. And that's what we're here for, to help you out. But you have to be as strong and stoic, even when you aren't feeling strong and stoic, because they need you. Your wife needs you. Your grandkids need you. You need to be that strong rock that nothing is going to shake you, sir. And you're doing a good job, okay? Those grandkids need, because their whole life is in turmoil, but they need to know their grandpa, no matter what comes his way, grandpa is going to be strong and be there for them, no matter what, because you're going to have challenges going forward. Trust me, but you're doing great. And your wife needs that too. Your wife needs to know also, because if you're calm, she'll be more calm. If you're emotional all over the place, she's going to be emotional all over the place. My wife then agreed with me that there's no way we could possibly ask Dean to stay with Amber. Of course, SSM, I have to thank you and your community for giving me the strength to weather these hard days. They are starting to look brighter, and now with me and my wife on the same page, I believe that we can tackle the issue head on. Good. I'm glad so much. I'm so happy this has helped you. But see, by you standing your ground and not backing down and being strong, now your wife can trust you to be the leader. And it certainly helps that your other daughter had her words with your wife. Now for the talk with Dean. He met up with us just 2 days ago. He looked like crap. He informed us that he was working on divorce papers and how Amber has been wanting to bring them to family and marriage counseling. He says here in parentheses, Amber has therapist friends, but he can't bring himself to reconcile with her. There is no reconciling after this. None. If you think things are bad now, can you imagine how bad things would be if you reconciled with her? Good God. Like I said, this guy was extraordinarily foolish to the 19th power for getting together with her after that time period, let alone marrying her. But to stay with her after this? Dean expressed how much he's been put down and humiliated for so long, how he could do no right when it came to Amber recently, and it made him feel like absolute garbage. No surprise there. She probably just wore him down and wore him down. She, given that she's a total wacko effenist, she makes an average effenist look bad. Wanted to have power. Wanted to dominate him. Got off on it, no doubt. I always thought that he and Amber were a happy couple, but this was just a facade to show their fake happiness in public while verbally berating him in private. He loved the kids, and he views them as his own, but he also wants to distance himself from them for a long while, since he is only their stepfather. And once the divorce comes through, Amber will refuse to let him see them any longer. Well, if he has adopted them, like you said in the previous video, she could certainly not want him to see the kids, but he has legal rights to those kids. Once he adopted them, she signed the papers. And I can't see, again, how a court would want her raising those kids. How is she going to do it if she doesn't have a job as a teacher, because her career is over because of what she did? How is she going to take care of all three of them? Through OnlyFans? Yeah. I'm sure a judge in a family court would love that. Please. And seeing the damages caused? Get the fuck out of here. We told Dean that the kids want him in their lives, but he's told us that Amber has threatened to take them away on multiple occasions. Of course she has. He loves them, but doesn't want Amber to have a leverage anymore or to use their children as a bargaining tool for reconciliation. He has already told our children, and they're all upset at the news, but accepted that Dean needed some time apart from them, and if needed, be prepared to never see him again. It's just all sad, really. It is really sad, and this guy, no doubt, was a great stepfather to them, and they're losing this dude, and they're going to have serious abandonment issues because of this whole thing. But back to you, sir, being strong. They need to know you are the rock of the family. You're not going anywhere, and that will give them hope to become adjusted because the shit their wacko mother did. And then obviously Dean leaving. And nobody can blame Dean, D-E-A-N. Nobody can blame Dean for, that's it, I'm done. You can't blame it all. This guy needs some serious soul searching. This guy, Dean, needs my channel. Dean needs my work, not just mine, but other ones, and to really work on himself and dig down why he allowed himself to be pushed around for so long, why he rushed into a marriage with someone like this. These are things that guys need to figure out, because otherwise he may end up making the same mistake down the road. I don't want that to happen, because Dean sounds like a great guy. He just rushed into things. But you know what? Dean's not alone. So many dudes did, on varying levels, kind of the same things. Nobody can blame Dean at all, but those kids, it's better he's straight with them and saying, and it's good you're straight with those kids. They may not see him again. Better to know now to have them have hope, and down the road that hope is crushed again. It's like the old Band-Aid thing. It's better to rip off the Band-Aid really fast and deal with a quick, sharp pain than just slowly pull it off and go through the agonizing, drawn-out pain. Amber's children will be staying with us tomorrow. They are visibly shaken by these events, and it does not help that they are being uprooted from the home they grew up in. But I will do my best to help comfort them in these trying times. Good. We're also looking to transfer our youngest granddaughter to another school, since the school's guidance counselor has warned us that she's showing signs of severe depression. Our two older grandchildren will finish out their year, and they can transfer out if they want to. I've yet to talk to all my grandchildren properly. I hope to God that they are all doing all right, and that I could prevent them from any further harm. As for Amber, she is in the dark for now about the children staying with us, and has no idea that Dean will hit her with the divorce papers this week. Good for Dean. I would love to hear about that. We have not been able to contact her, since she is furious that we are siding with Sally and accusing us of favoritism due to her righteous views and our backwards political alignment. At this point, it's not about our views and our political alignment. It's about her actions ruining our family, but unfortunately, I fear that she will realize this when it's too late. Sir, I don't think she's ever going to realize this, because she is that much, her head is that far up her ass that she's never going to see that. And she's that much of a narcissist. And in my opinion, she sounds like a freaking sociopath, to be honest. She does not care about who she's hurt. It's all about her. And I said in the last video, a parent is responsible to their children in so many ways, okay? Parents, over the last couple decades, have really failed their kids in terms of how the kids behave nowadays. The kids, the teens, the 20s, even goes as far to the 30s. But there's a point when the parents screw up, stops, and it's all about how those people live their lives, because we're all responsible for our actions. Your daughter's an asshole. And at the end of the day, you could have done woulda, coulda, shoulda, as opposed to her going off to college in another country or this, that, and that. But at the end of the day, she's choosing to be this way. She's to blame completely. And I just feel so bad for those poor kids. But you know what? If you're strong, you guys can move past this. But you are the keystone. You are the rock that can never be shaken, no matter what. And you, sir, can help guide your family. And they will remember you and thank you for this in time. Well, they'll be thanking you now, but especially in time. At least me and my wife have a financial plan in place if ever or whenever Amber loses her job. We will use both Amber's inheritance and the Children's Safe College Fund to support their school/living expenses. Hold on. Did you say Amber's inheritance? Amber doesn't get a dime. After all this shit, oh no, not even a freaking dime. All that money you have that was going to go to Amber, she ain't getting a dime after this shit. No way. That money should be used to take care of the grandkids. She doesn't get a penny after this. Oh no. These funds will probably last until our youngest is 18 and will result in none of them having a college fund, but that is better than them struggling financially. For now, things are getting a bit better, and even though this is a dark time, it's not over yet. I have renewed strength and determination to ensure my family will recover from this. I'm going to personally talk to Amber and Dean after Dean gives her the divorce papers. My wife wants nothing to do with her anymore. Well, high five for your wife. So I may give one last attempt after this one. Hopefully it will be a positive one. Sir, it's like, I don't know, it's like Obi-Wan trying to get Vader to turn back to the good side. Ain't going to happen. You can try for your daughter. Maybe you need to do it. But just like Obi-Wan, I don't think it's not going to turn out very well. And she's going to probably just say that, do the same old crap and blame everybody else but her. If you're reading this, I'm sure Mike will too. I want to thank him again for helping me out, and the same with you and your community. I also want to ask you, SSM, about what I could tell my grandkids. How do I keep them strong? How do I tell them that they may never see Dean again? What do I say about Amber? Thank you, SSM, and I hope you and your viewers have a blessed day. Well, sir, I think you need to keep doing what you've been doing, is being strong. Like I said, you are the rock. You are the head of the family, and so long as you're strong, even though you may be feeling uncertain in the inside, you need to keep the show that you are strong and together and have a plan, and you stick to your guns and all that. And by doing so, that will make them calm or calmer and trust you, just like your wife is now trusting you, okay? So whenever you have moments of feeling unsure or feel like everything's just falling apart, get out of the house, blow some steam, whatever you can. But around the family, and especially the grandkids, you got to be strong, and the strong grandpa. And with regards to, like, what do you tell the kids about this, and this, to be honest with you, I think you need to tell them the truth. Even if the truth hurts, even if the truth is not what they want to hear, they need to know they can trust you. What you tell them, they know is going to be truthful. Okay? Even if I was a kid, if I was a young kid, teenager, and going through all this shit, I want to know that at least one parental figure, grandpa, no matter what it is going to give it to me straight. That I can always trust his word. I may not like what he said. It may hurt, but I can trust him. And they need that because they can't trust their mom. She's a terrible mother. Big mess. Dean, completely understandably, is probably going to be out of the picture for good. Probably. It's not a long time. And so he's out of the thing. So they're going to have trust issues, abandonment issues, all that stuff. They need to know that no matter what, they can trust someone, and that is you, sir. So whatever it is, you got to tell them about the truth about Dean, their mom, the whole thing. Be straight with them. Don't sugarcoat. Don't BS them. Be straight with them. They may be emotional when you tell them, but they got to know they can trust you and count on you. And you're doing a great job. You really are. And as for regards to your daughter, Amber, shithead Amber, asshole Amber, I said before, disown her, but obviously easier said than done. I know you said you want to go talk to her one more time after the divorce papers are gone through, but I'm willing to bet she's going to be even more defensive than ever and blame everybody else but her. Her actions have done this, and this is a perfect example of the mess that is going on right now, the ripple effect that's having. I mean, how many stories have I done about teachers suddenly doing OnlyFans, lawyers, I think I did once, it was a pastor, a female pastor that did this, right? Who eventually divorced her husband and left for a career in PORN. It's unbelievable. And this is supposed to be empowerment? Bullshit. This is a complete mess. And this is a perfect example of the ripple effect, the damage it caused. You know, back to the old title about life imploding. What's imploding is the people, her family. But your grandkids will get through this. But they're going to, I think, absolutely, they need to live with you. Amber should not be raising them. I know you said it sounds like they're living with you temporarily. To be perfectly honest, this obviously was not your plan. You had different plans, probably retirement and an easy spending the rest of your life doing leisurely things. Well, life has changed. Aside from being strong for your kids, you may end up having to take the kids in and maybe become their legal guardian completely, live with you and under your guardianship. And you'll definitely have a fight with Amber about this and be going to court, and you'll be fighting your own daughter in family court over this. But for the sake of your grandkids, you're going to have to do this. This is probably the way it's going to go down. And again, I can't see a family court that would let her, who caused this big mess, who the first marriage was a divorce because of her cheating, a second marriage is a divorce because of her doing OnlyFans. She's fired her from her job. Probably good luck in her getting another job going with what's been going on here, right? And the damage this caused the grandkids. I can't imagine a judge allowing her to have custody of the kids with all those things going on. So I can see you being the one to raise them, them living with you. And again, that wasn't your plan, but you are staying strong for your kids. And I hope that could be the situation, because she should not be raising those damn kids. I don't mean damn kids, but you know what I mean. She should not be raising those kids. She's a completely unfit mother and unfit to be teaching. So do the best you can, sir, and you will be fine. And guys, for all you guys watching here, let's give this guy some encouragement just like last time. Any suggestions, any tips? Any of you guys out there that are attorneys, that have experience in family law, please share your opinion on with regards to that type of thing. And anybody else that can think of things that I can't think of at the moment, please help this guy out, because this is why I do what I do, guys, to help dudes out in this mess of a world we have right now, and as well as some good quality entertainment. So, sir, best of luck. Please do keep me informed as to what's going on, whether it be a few weeks, a few months, whatever. I really want to hear from you. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Again, like I said, help this guy out. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.